I like it how I, like, meteor the freaking platform so I can get, so I can actually, like, open it up and get through. The interact button being the same as an attack button. Yuffie.
Ew. Scorpion creatures.
I'm going to abuse the butts out of you. Eat, dude.
People are commenting on that pre-grieving. If you think about it, then that would... Then you wouldn't have a situation like the little boy's parents. Or at least that's what they'd hope for, you would think, right?
Yeah.
Where they would be able to grieve enough before the person is passed so that it's not some kind of sudden devastating thing that will prevent them from passing on.
Skills awaken. When you use the skill, it has a chance to awaken, triggering a variety of possible effects chosen at random. Effects can turn the tide of battle, so be sure to make good use of them. Sweep is less about sweep and more of him dive bombing as a bonus. Okay, attacks knock enemies back. That's interesting. Yeah, see, now I'm clearing the board like nobody's business. Yep, except for him. Can't knock him back. There we go. The impale is definitely not a good melee move. I'll have to use it as like a lead-in or something.
I'm just thinking about the world and the society. It would almost make you think that people would, in an effort to prevent their emotions from inhibiting the ability of spirits of passing on and stuff, people just wouldn't be allowed to form attachments.
Yeah, which is, I think, why the main character is kind of a dick.
Oh, he's especially detached. He was pretty much told in that bedroom with his parents' corpses lying there, you know, you better not be grieving for them or else they won't be able to pass on. He's like, no. Okay. But I wonder who the mysterious girl is. Is she a spirit? I'll have to see. And why she visited then and there? Was she responsible somehow for his parents' death? Oh! Unless she's the devil.
Oh, the Night Devil?
Do you think that will be the Night Devil, the little girl that he saw a long time ago? That she's the one that's been causing all these premature deaths. For some other purpose.
Could be. Yeah, the one unfortunate part about this with the voice acting is we're going to be listening to them shouting a lot.
Yeah, you might want to turn it off eventually. Is that even possible?
I haven't checked yet. Interesting, there's no music here.
Not at all.
Because I really liked the Celtic music, but yeah, all we're hearing is just them yelling, and then...
the drips of the water in the cavern.
Yep. I'm liking the combat, though. It's very fast. You know, I can mow through most enemies rather quickly. Positioning and AoEs are really solid so far. So I can more or less wreck all of them. It does seem like the AI might be a little bit simplistic. You know, they'll attack me and then kind of move around for a while. But that's okay. I break that? Nope. Okay. There's something on this bridge. I don't think I'd mind the voices so much if it weren't for the fact that there's no other audio. Let's see. So let's go into settings. Oh, hi.
Oh, awakenings. A skill has awoken, granting you a new awakening. Select Daemons, then skill tree to choose a skill that choose the skill that awoke and enable the awakening's power. Oh.
Like I said, lots of progression. Okay, a controller. So this actually shows me skill 1, skill 2, basic attack, daemon action. Oh, control tip settings. That'll be nice.
Ah, I see.
Battle, camera distance, far, good, map, yes. HP and everything, yeah, that looks fine. Text.
Oh yeah, we want the text speed to be slow.
Yeah, auto scroll off. Okay, that should be good. And sound. I'm just gonna turn voice acting off. I apologize for people that like the Japanese voice acting and the battle voice, but like, I don't like hearing somebody else shouting, and this will just make it a lot easier to run around grinding and so on and so forth. Because yeah, this way we're just going to be hearing your game audio. Hopefully we get more music.
Mm-hmm. It might be one of those things where either... I've noticed in some games music doesn't trigger when you enter an area, but then another time you do, it's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
So it could be an instance where there is music that's intended for here, but maybe it's a bug or a glitch. Or it could be that they never did put music down here, but I think that would be an oversight.
Yeah, I don't really know. Or it could be one of those where not all of the soundtrack is in yet.
Yeah, people are mentioning Star Trek in the chat. Yeah, Star Trek actually has... I mean, the whole seek out new life and new civilizations, they run into quite a number of alien civilizations that have peculiar customs and concepts, some of which actually do involve death. Actually, there was an episode that was from the original series that I absolutely loved. And it was one where there was a people, and they saw that war was so destructive that they would destroy buildings, that they would destroy infrastructure, and that they destroy so much beauty and history. And they said to themselves, well, you know, it's a shame that we destroy all this. What if we just made war a game in which you designate an area where you would have sent, say, a missile or a nuclear weapon, and instead of completely obliterating it, you just designate how many people were there at the time and then force them into incinerators. Because truly war is just about numbers and who gets who has their forces depleted first, right? Or their will broken with the loss of their kindred, right? So for, I suppose, centuries, these two worlds had been waging a war on their computers. And if you just happened to be walking around the city or whatever, and it was the target of a quote-unquote attack, you were just given instructions like, oh, you were technically in the attack radius of this and such missile from the other planet, so now under, you know, this weird code that we have, you have to go to an incinerator. Goodbye. And so yes, they preserved their buildings, they preserved their history and their infrastructure and everything, but the people were the only casualties of this war. And so Kirk and Spock go down to the planet, and I believe not only is one of the representatives that they meet, who's of course this beautiful young lady. Kirk obviously falls head over heels for her. This beautiful young lady is supposed to be designated as one of the victims of an attack. But not only that, but the Enterprise. And so Kirk has to argue with these people that, no, you're not going to take my crew off the Enterprise and put them in these incinerators. We're not part of this war, and this is a ridiculous way to conduct war. So I suppose, spoilers, if you want to see the episode for yourselves, at some point I highly suggest you see the original series of Star Trek. I just absolutely love it. I grew up with it. But at the end of the episode, Kirk destroys their machines that allow them to wage this war. And they go, "What have you done?" And he goes, "If you want to experience war, you're going to experience it in its entirety. You're going to have to deal with all the carnage and all of the mess and all of the destruction that comes with it. And maybe then you'll actually take steps forward to create peace. Because this is just too convenient for you. And this has to end. People are needlessly dying because of the whims of a program that you've set up. And this flawed belief that human lives are less valuable than the things that you've created." And it was just like, bam. That's what I love. At the end of most Star Trek episodes, the captain intrinsically changes the way a person or people view the world, and they usually give a lofty speech at the end.
There's never anything useful in there. Wait, hold on. Is there no money? Huh. Yeah, there's no money in this.
Oh. Then how will you be able to buy items?
Don't know. Aid stones. Oh.
Oh, people are mentioning he broke the Prime Directive. Yeah.
There's also
it's one of those things, though. I don't know if the Prime Directive pertains to interfering with civilizations that aren't at the level of the Federation, or equal to, or more advanced, if you will. I always thought the Prime Directive was don't interfere with other planets if they, or don't reveal yourself to less advanced species that haven't achieved space travel and the ability to join the Federation and such. So I don't know.
I think the Prime Directive is something that they just chuck out the window whenever it's convenient for them.
But in that instance, it wasn't only this one woman and a bunch of other people. It was the Enterprise, and his crewmates were also on the line. I mean, you wouldn't want to be told that some digital missile destroyed your ship and that you're just going to have to let it get destroyed along with your friends and family and crew. But really? It And the people were volunteering to do this.
I think there's some amount of brainwashing. What have I been playing? Well, Dragon Quest builders. You know, everybody's been brainwashed into this cult of Hargon.
Oh, right, the one of that seeks destruction rather than creation. Or it vilifies creation.
Yeah.
Well, what was their reasoning for it? Everything that's made is destroyed utterly in the end, so why even go through the effort of creating something?
Well, I think the actual answer is it might be tied with the fact that the world is fake.
What?
Yeah. Apparently that's the twist.
I mean, you could say what's the point of making anything then, but that doesn't mean that anything is less real to you.
I don't really know. Might also be one of those where, like, the monsters just casually seek destruction because that's their way. That's normal for them. And so they just finally got to a point where they've convinced humanity to accept destruction.
Mm-hmm. It does remind me of how I finished Heaven's Vault recently. Yay! These aren't really spoilers, but people in the universe of Heaven's Vault have this superstition against sailing on the rivers, which are these waterways that go between different asteroid moons and such. And they say, oh, it's the spirits of the dead, you know, you're not supposed to be out there, blah, blah, blah. And from what I've gathered playing the game, it's to discourage people from finding out more about the past.
Wait,
what is this another
this is
bunny
one of the
puncher?
Yeah. Yeah,
it's the bunny puncher.
It's the bunny punchers. So
they are reusing the character models.
They're not reusing the character models, they're using the ideas.
No, I think they might even... Are they using the armatures still? And
they might be.
They could be using the armatures. So, yeah, they're remodeling them and reskinning them and such, but this is something that we've fought before in one of their previous games.
Not doing as much damage as they used to be, which is good.
How did we get to talking about the Star Trek episode again?
Death cults.
Oh, and weird... Yeah, weird traditions involving death and such. What would make people willingly do it, yeah. I feel so bad for... I like watching archaeological videos and things about history, and they find so much history in tombs because they tend to be some of the more well-protected places that still keep a wealth of ancient artifacts like jewelry and food and vessels and writing and such. And so many of them were, at least when it comes to mummies and such, so many of them were actually sacrifices. You know that amongst some pharaohs, like, their whole entourage would get killed alongside them so that they could be sent in the afterlife with them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they believed that anything that was buried with you was taken to the next life. So if you wanted your servants would be killed along with you and sent into the afterlife. Ugh.
Mm-hmm. Imagine being the young concubine to the old pharaoh.
Oh, ew.
Yeah. Double you, and you die when he dies.
Oh, hey. Is this a lot of gold?
Might be.
There's books. That's definitely the navigator, if you will.
Yep. Are you the one they call the navigator? Yes, I am. Why do you ask? No games. You know why I'm here. Do I? You just killed a bunch of your followers. That was something they did of their own accord. I said no games. I brought a witness. A witness, you say? A child. He's waiting for you. He said you join him in Beyond the Veil. Ah, him. So, you know him. Your move, then. If you want to keep your promise, I can send you off right here and now. As if you had the right to do such a thing. I do. I'm a watcher. I hold the laws of reincarnation above all else. Wait. Please, grant me the mercy of life. Please, I beg you. Sounds like your navigator never intended to join you. It does, doesn't it? That must be quite the surprise. Do you see now? Yeah, I guess some part of me secretly doubted his words all along. I feel pretty stupid. There's always the next life. Thank you. I think it's strange to hear someone say that to me out loud. I'm ready to go now. I think I can still catch up to the others, Hope we'll get to see you again once I'm reincarnated. That's a lovely thought, but there are no guarantees. You didn't say it won't happen. There's a chance, right? You've got me there. Then I'll hope for the best. Farewell. Come with me. You can tell your side of the story at the trial. I got your message. I assume this is the Ark of Hope's Navigator. Everything is in order for the trial. We should make our way to the courtroom at once. It's her.
Ah!
The girl who came to me when I was young. She hasn't aged a day. It's all yours, Kushi. I need to take care of something. What could you possibly... Hey, get back here! I wonder if we're physically traveling to this realm of the dead, or if we're,
I think it's just phasing into another dimensional
yeah,
state.
but, like, can people see us when we're like this? Or...
maybe not.
Yeah, because do we show up as, like, a ghost, or a phantom, or a wisp, or nothing? Where'd you go?
You look so peaceful. I'm glad you passed without pain. I'll keep on keeping on, so I can tell you some stories about the future you didn't get to see. And once I've got enough of them, well, then I'll come join you. I love you. I've always loved you.
Oh. So did her husband die?
Probably, yeah. Which is sad in its own way, but...
I know, I'm crying.
I'm sorry. Ah, blah, blah, blah. My mic started escaping from me. I wonder how long this demo is. I figured it would have ended at this point. But we've got at least 2 more weapons, I think, that we're gonna find.
Oh, found a little girl. Actually, you were standing right next to her. And then it... Did she make that old man die?
It's like my parents passing all over again. What did you do to them?
I was just praying for them. It's all I can do.
What are you?
I am the one who sealed him away. And now, he's hunting me. He wants me gone. He wants to unleash his hatred.
Could it be? I don't believe it.
Oh, he's a watcher as well?
Oh.
Oh, and it's
There's
the end of the demo. And there she is. Oh, this is really pretty artwork.
This is very pretty artwork. Wow, so if I just waited like a smidge
couple more seconds, you didn't need that pee break.
No, I did need that pee break. It was just it was premature. Let's see. Would I like to go to the store page for the full game? I would. Unfortunately, I won't be buying this game.
What do you mean?
Square Enix sends like every game to me. Probably.
Okay. Don't include that in the video.
Yeah, that's true. It's battle mode like. I want to take a look at some of these. But no, I have a press contact with Square Enix that sends me pretty much everything. I'm gonna have to figure out the setup for this one. The last couple Square Enix titles I've just bought outright, so I didn't have to worry about FTC stuff, but whatever. Okay, so let's take a look at... So, we have a couple other characters that we haven't seen yet.
Okay, so Scythe...
Oh,
or
wait.
is that just the same girl with the scythe?
This is, our friend's Scythe.
Does she die?
Or
Not the
maybe
same.
she quits?
Oh, that's... the friend's spirit, you mean?
Yeah, no, this is the friend's... Yeah, this is her spirit partner.
Or the daemon partners, they refer to them as.
And this is Will. He's got the club? Hammer?
Huh. This looks like some kid.
And he blocks. That looks fun.
You always like the heavy-hitting weapons.
I do and I don't. It depends on the game. Huh. Interesting. He actually uses an axe. But this guy didn't die. Oh, I can attack while he's doing that. It's kind of fun. Okay, so let's see what Aisha's specials are. Also, we probably have a whole bunch of ghosts. Whoops.
Oh, but it's the
Veil.
veil. Game over.
I totally forgot about the veil. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. Oh no.
Right, it's instant death when the veil is blinded to you.
Yep. Okay. So we know Gale Slash. We've used that before. That does a decent amount of damage. Roaring Strike. Oh. I'm liking the lance. And the hammer, I don't know. We'll have to see. The heck was... Oh, that was cool. So it pushes a bunch of enemies back. And then we've just got sweep. Anyway. Let's see. Attacks have no effect right now. Oh, I see. I had to break that, like, central thing. To go from there. That's such an amusing move. Just be scoot away from me for a bit. Okay, thank you. Now let me push you around. Also, something to note. We only have 7 healing things at level 20.
Oh.
So it's not a 1-for-1, unsurprisingly. Still no music. I get the feeling much of the soundtrack probably just isn't in the game at this point.
That could be the case, because I noticed that there was an eerie music in the same room where you were interrogating the guy that was the leader of the cult, the navigator. And that sounded like music that you would have throughout the whole level, but it wasn't present. So it's possible that, yeah, they just haven't implemented it.
Because, yeah, this doesn't have any music right now. Can't change sweep for some reason. What else do we have? Nope, we only have these moves. We can't access the skill tree. Okay, well, seeing as we haven't tried the other characters, let's go with Will. Oh, that didn't work. Okay. What's up, Shell?
Do you have any mods around?
No, I think the last one just went to bed, unfortunately. Let's see. If you want to borrow my phone, you can do moderation there.
Never have with phones.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever done it either. Oh, wow, that does some damage. Either way, I don't think there's really much of a point for me to do this. It's kind of fun.
It's interesting to see what spirits will come next.
Yeah. I sincerely hope there's, like, more than 4 of them. Because I think it'll be a lot of fun if I have, like, a whole bunch that I can build.
Uh-oh. Revving up.
Oh, she's got a warp. Okay. Ow.
Shielding.
Yep. So it seems like the scythe is pretty good for groups. Well, that didn't work. Yeah, that tornado move is great. I do notice a lot of the enemies just really do just sit around for a while.
I mean, that one looked like it was a creature intended for strength.
Yep. And then this is going to clear out. Okay, there we go.
Yep. And then you get to see all the little rollers.
Because Death Slam's pretty good. They even... Really... Yeah, that silly spin move is actually really absurd because it charges... Oh, no, it doesn't charge. Never mind.
Well, it's just he does continuous damage in a circle, and it's a secondary source of damage.
Yeah, and
you
I can still attack
attack
while he's doing it. At this speed, though.
Is this just a mode where you go to the end, or is this a never-ending mode where you just see how many enemies you
I
can
think
defeat?
this is actually just a different region of the game. Like, this is, like, later on, maybe?
But didn't you say this was battle mode?
Well, it was listed as battle mode. But I don't
Is that some kind of weird
necessarily
plan?
this thing.
Yeah.
She's got some good AoE. I'm having trouble hitting things with the hammer. Okay. Well, one way or another, there's no story here, and none of this is actually going to help. So... Oh, it's like a weird mole dude.
Well, it's actually similar to the creatures from the previous games, remember?
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
Wasn't there a mole guy?
There was, but they weren't nearly as big. Okay, well, seeing as I might be able to level, but there's no meaning in fighting here, what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to race to the end.
Just to see what there is?
Yeah.
You might have a whole horde of creatures following you, though.
They don't seem to be following me. As long as I don't accidentally stumble into the wrong like
Realm.
section. Well, yeah, if I accidentally screwed up. Let's see. This is what I gotta fight.
What is it?
I think it's one of the plants.
No, there's just a ball of swirling energy.
Well, there's a
have to fight
sight
everything in
stealer
the
in
area.
there, which leads me to believe that didn't work. Let's see. Go back to Zav.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, I'm liking Zav's abilities the most. There's a lot of reach and mobility to them, and like I naturally move forward as part of the attacks. Helix is nice. Not a big fan of Sweep. I'll probably replace that. But yeah, Helix and Windmill are solid if I can get them.
It's nice that you can select your skills.
Yeah, that'll be, I think, some of the most fun about this is just picking a build and a moveset that works for you across like multiple spirits. I do hope one or two of them are like healing related or like more on the support side of things.
Just so you can switch to them and...
Yeah, because it would be really cool to have like one character that's meant to be switched to you buff up and then go from there. Alternatively, the Sight Stealer might just be this horde of enemies that we're mowing through here.
The ball seems to be shrinking.
Because I think that was it. Yep, that was it.
Well, there was the chest there.
Yeah. To be honest, doesn't matter that maybe it did.
That's an interesting spear.
That was actually an
axe?
axe.
Ooh, can we see the characters? Okay. Watch that be the prince lover of whoever the girl was, or
Young
something.
man who wields a massive axe. Will is prone to emotional displays and hard to approach. He is fiercely loyal.
Maybe not.
A girl who wields a colossal scythe. Zana shows no expression or emotion and has little interest in others. Maybe it was a spear. No. Maybe we can't mess with equipment here. Or the item I just got.
It's not that one. I thought it looked like the Upaluri, but it isn't.
It was the Upaluri, so it's an axe. It doesn't look like I can equip things right now. Yeah, because it's...
Hekatonkyre.
Oh, wait, no, there it goes.
I think it's interesting that it's called the Hekatonkyre, because it's like Hekatonkyres, which are the... They were creatures that were children of Uranus and Gaia. Because she had the Titans, and then they had the Cyclopses and the Hekatonkyres. And they were
there it is.
Apparently so grotesque that Uranus had banished them into Tartarus. But they were these creatures with it's like 100 heads and 1,000 arms or something ridiculous like
they're
that.
Actually, they're an enemy in epic level D&D.
Really?
Yeah.
Ugh.
So I've never done an epic campaign successfully before. I think it would be a lot of fun, but it would be hard to roll.
Yeah, so the Cyclopses and the Hekatonkyres were banished to Tartarus, and it was interesting because when Kronos banished Uranus and took over, and he was afraid of being usurped in a similar manner and was swallowing his own children and such, but Rhea was able to secret Zeus away and everything, and Zeus comes back and they poison Kronos so that he barfs up all of his, I shouldn't say barf, but vomits up all of his siblings. Poseidon, Hades, Demeter, Hera, and the like. Hestia, I think, was one of them as well, one of the originals. So then they start the war, and the interesting thing was the Cyclopses, they were the ones that, they were freed from Tartarus alongside the Hecatonchires by Zeus and his siblings. And the Cyclopses forged their original weapons, the Thunderbolt for Zeus, the Trident for Poseidon, and a helmet that would make Hades invisible, something to that nature. But then they waged war against the Titans together.
Can't hurt this guy. The big crystal here.
People are asking about God of War. No, this is Greek mythology. And long before God of War.
Zeta, is there something I'm missing on how I'm supposed to hurt this guy? Because...
The Great Shield? I mean...
unless I'm supposed to cross the veil and fight him here?
There is that weird pulsating rock over there. Nah, that's probably just being guarded by it. Oh wait, it put its... I see. When it was doing its shield power, it had taken its back armor
Yeah,
off.
but it still takes the same amount of damage regardless of whether it's got its shield out.
But it has that huge yellow orb on its back that's exposed when it takes its shield off. See, there it is. It's taking it off there. So, do you damage it when he's attempting to put it back on? Like that. You could have attacked him from behind when he had his shield off. Do you know what I mean?
Well, this is one of those where I have to use the axe guy.
Oh no, I'm familiar that God of War is based off of Greek mythology. It's just... meh. It's kind of like when you talk about zodiac signs and people go, oh, is that home stuff? And you go,
I guess the answer is I just had to use the axe.
Those zodiac signs are not from Homestuck, they're ancient.
Oh.
Oh, there's a drone that he sends out too.
Yeah, he dropped a bit. Okay.
Yeah.
Ow.
You took some damage there.
I am.
Oh, watch out, laser. Took off about half your health.
Yep. This hurts.
Maybe it would be better to use a swifter enemy. Eh.
I don't do damage to him
damage,
otherwise.
sorry. Okay.
This guy also has a frustratingly... He also has a frustratingly, small hitbox. Okay. Attack crit chance is normal.
Oh, there he goes.
Ow.
Ooh, ouch. He has 3 of them out now? Sheesh.
Yeah, so they do contact damage. See how they're spinning?
Yes.
If I even try attacking that, I just get hit. It's very confusing.
Too bad you don't have a ranged character.
I kind of do.
Whoa. Yeah, when those little ones stop moving, they unleash their laser and oof. Oh, he's sweeping.
Okay, Zero?
He summoned more.
Oh, he just summoned 3 more. But yeah, notice how I like even.
Watch out! Or are you just gonna let yourself die?
Yeah, I'm just gonna die. It's fine. We'll fight him later. But yeah, those stupid little bits just suck.
Well, you got him, what, half down?
Yeah.
But that would be a little
Yeah,
long
I
to
took a
repeat.
lot of damage trying to hit him with the lance, trying to find what the weakness was, but the answer is he's just weak to the axe, question mark?
So I wonder where the Oni is gonna come in on all this.
You know, I don't know.
Because what does I don't know what Naki means, but Oninaki.
I know there's
Ogre
definitely
something.
like a breakdown somewhere, but I don't know where. Oh wait, I wasn't supposed to do that. Oh well.
What's up?
Anyway. Well, I should have closed Steam like I did. Anyway, let's see. Outro wise, I had a good time. Oninaki seems really fun. It seems kind of par for the course for this studio. Not quite as great as some of like its like immediate competitors, but a very like solid, well-made experience.
They're starting to delve into more cutscenes and
Yeah, the quality is definitely going up,
the
and I
models.
liked the switch to real time. It was fun.
it is going to be interesting to see more of what the society is like, given how they're so fixated on
Everything.
death.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. We'll see when it comes out. So Oninaki will be officially out on the 22nd of August. So we've got a month to wait. So I guess it shouldn't be too long. I got a lot of other things to play, including Lost Sphere. Yay.
Finish that up.
Yep. But for now, we must go.